welcome to Off the Wall podcast. You're not Mike.
I'm not. I'm actually Calvin.
And this isn't the usual Off the Brand podcast. Today we're going to have hockey talk with Jake and Calvin. Where would you like to start today in hockey talk, Kel? We got a couple different categories: goals, assists, players, all that fun stuff.
Honestly, I'd like to start off with I wrote down the projections for offensive players points wise.
All right.
And do like an over under. I'll give you points.
Okay.
We'll debate.
Okay.
So projected to have the most points this year, Connor McDavid with 106.
106. I'm gonna put him in an over 106. I don't think he'll win the points, but I definitely put him at over probably around like 112, 114.
Well, right now, who do you think's gonna win points?
The points. Let me see what I put here. Honestly, I can see two people winning points. Ovi.
Ovi had 88 points last year.
I know Ovi had 88 points last year, but I think he's going to tear it up this year. I can see him putting up a lot more assists and still putting up over 50 goals, of course. The other one would be Bergeron. As much as I hate him with a passion, I think that he's got something to prove again this year, man. The Boston Bruins themselves got something to prove. They made it to the playoffs. And they lost again in the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, they really got something to prove this year. So, yeah, I think Bergeron's going to really turn it on and really boost his team up and put up a lot of points this season.
Yeah, when I was writing down players to look at, I put Brad Marchand down.
Okay.
With an asterisk next to it as Bergeron. And yes,
their whole lives are asterisks.
Hate them. But
they're good.
They're good at what they
players.
do, and they play very well together. They're not decent. They're good.
They're decent players.
Marchand's a fantastic goal scorer. All right, so number 2 projected would be Nikita Kucherov for Tampa Bay with 105.
Under, dude. Way under.
You think under?
I'm talking high 80s, low 90s. Like, no more than 93. I think last year was a fluke. Not like he's still gonna put up a crap ton of points, but I think last year for him, I think it was a fluke that he did that well. Tampa Bay was a fluke they did that well.
No one in their right mind is ever gonna project somebody to get 128 points.
No, 100% not.
But I do think 105 is very possible.
I think it is doable for him, but I think he would have to have another spectacular year like he had last year, and I don't see that happening. I think high 80s, very low 90s, no more than 92.
I think he's gonna break 100. I put him like 107 cap.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
So, I guess if I'd have to say, I'd say under, but
yeah,
not by much.
Okay,
a point or two.
Yeah, I still think high 80s, low 90s. He's just he's coming off that too good of a season, man. It's that season where it's like that's your peak and everything downhill.
This next one, number 3, it actually surprised me, and I meant to look at the points from last season, and I didn't get around to it. But Nathan McKinnon for Colorado with 103. To me, that's a huge under for me.
It's a huge under. Oh. I also think under. He's a fantastic player. I mean, the guy's got skills beyond belief.
Yeah,
I just don't see.
I put him where you put Kucherov, around the low 90s.
Low 90s, high 80s. Yeah. I would say mid 90s, but actually, no, I'd say high 80s, low 90s. It's gonna take a lot for him to get even there though, because he's not surrounded by enough players that really. He's got Landeskog, but he's kind of been a bust the last couple years.
Later on down here, I have Rantanen. That's with him. So,
Rantanen's a decent player as well.
Yeah,
I mean, he's. I think he'll help him get to the low 90s. I don't see him helping him getting past that.
not to jump ahead, but he does have 93 points, and I can see that being very likely for him too.
Right,
Well, yeah, I put him in the high 80s, so I can see them both ending
I'd say mid 80s. I'd say mid 80s for him. I think them two together are going to tear it up, and I think they're going to really lift Colorado to even higher than what they did last season. I mean, last season they shocked us all by being a wild card and coming in there and just destroying them. So, I mean, they shocked us all really, but I can
see them being another low seed this year.
I can. We'll get to that. I don't know what I have about it. I forget, but they're in the playoffs for me. All right, who's next?
Number 4, which again I think this is over, not by much, but Patrick Kane, Chicago. They put him at 100.
100.
Which puts him 4th in the league, which it's possible. But
I think it's an over.
I still think Chicago is going to be.
I think it's an over.
You think he's going to end up with over 100?
I think Patrick Kane has a good shot at maybe even winning the scoring title, But, it's going to rely heavily on who he plays with, That's what it's coming to, because he's not a big goal scorer. He's an assist guy.
This is also one of those guys to me that I'm very biased against. I don't like him as a person at all. But we'll skip over that.
Not as a person, but as a hockey player, I enjoy him. But I honestly think last season he did good. He put up a lot of points. He put up, I think close to 100, if not 100 last year.
Yeah, it was high 90s.
Yeah, and I think that was the first season he's actually done something since they took away the bread man from him. I mean, they took away Panarin from him, and it just...
The bread man.
Oof, it took him out of the game, man. Patrick Kane was like, I don't know what to do, but he's back now. He seems to be playing better than ever. I mean, I think, honestly, I could see him at 105 points.
I hope Kunitz does well for Chicago. Kunitz retired?
Pretty sure he retired.
Oh, whatever. I missed that one.
Fact check me, Mike.
Yep, fact check. So number 5 would be Sidney Crosby for the Penguins. This guy right there, and they put him at 97.
It's low. I'm gonna go. He's gonna soar past that. I'm gonna put him at 107 points.
107.
107. He's got Jakey G on one side, and God forbidding they put Jared McCann on the other side. It's game over. I mean, them two together are just... You saw it at the end of last season. They put Jared McCann on the line with Crosby a couple times. And, I mean, they were scoring machines. I mean, the guy's like... He knows hockey. He knows where to be. He knows how to put the puck in the end of the net. But Penguins will probably put Dominic Simone on there, who doesn't know how to put the puck in the back of the net. That's a story for another time.
They had Tanev up there a few times with him during training camp.
During the training camp,
and
yeah, I think Tanev might actually be okay
with him and Getzel. I think that'd be.
I think I'd rather see him on the second line with Malkin. I think I'd rather see Malkin, Tanev, and Dominic Cahoon. Honestly, I think that would be a fantastic.
Well, Galchenyuk is supposed to play with him, but he's still day to day.
He's day to day for right now.
Which Crosby's also day to day, so you got.
They're all day to day, but they're not actual injuries. I think they'll be fine. Galchenyuk was.
Well, Crosby only came out without equipment for like a minute, and then didn't join the team for a practice later on.
I know. I think he'll be fine. But anyway, back to this real quick. I think if you put Crosby, McCann, and Getzel on a line, I mean, I think you're going to have the best line in hockey right there. Altogether, I'm thinking like close to over 200 points easily for them. You're probably looking at like 250, even maybe close to 300 topping it, man. They might all get. I mean, Crosby, Getzel, McCann. I mean, I think that's a line that's going to get you between.
I wouldn't say the best in hockey.
I think that's going to be put you between 250 and 300 points for that team. Just between them three players.
All right, so you said 107 for Crosby. That puts the other two at
between 70 and 80 points apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think that's probable. Easily, Getzel put up 82 points last season, I think. or 72. 72 points last season, but still, I mean, the kid's only getting better, so. All right.
But then that's also relying on the kid to also put up equal numbers.
Don't worry. I got that later, too. Okay, good.
By the way, for Sidney Crosby, I say between 96 and 101. I think that'll be like between that range is right exactly where he's going to fall. I think he's going to have a good season, but he won't lead the league in points. Number 6, Johnny Gaudreau, Calgary, 96.
96 points for him. Wow.
See, Calgary's, I don't know a whole lot about them.
I'm gonna go under. Calgary's, they're. I think they're gonna be a tough team this year. I don't think they'll be. I don't think they're gonna have really one player that really stands out and puts up that 90-point season. I think they're gonna have a lot of 60 to 80 point scores, but I think you'll have 3 or 4 to 5, maybe even 60 between 60 and 80. I mean, but to have one player above 90, I think that's pushing it. I think he'll get there eventually. Johnny Gaudreau is a very good player. Nothing but respect for him.
I think he will be in the low 90s. I think 96 would be his cap for me. So I could see him getting it.
I'm gonna see mid 80s, man. Mid 80s tops for him. Maybe like 86 tops. You know.
Yeah, these next two we'll talk about together because it's 7 and 8. Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak with 95 and 94 respectively for the Bruins.
I think that's the most accurate one you've placed yet.
I agree. I think that's perfect.
That tandem is just incredible together. Pastrnak just lifts Marchand even past where anybody even puts him. Pasternak's one of those players that really lifts who he's playing with, makes the other person better.
And you have Bergeron too there.
You have Bergeron, but I don't. Yeah,
I could see that being a very
accurate
prediction.
A very accurate prediction right there. I mean, that's where. Honestly, that is where they're going to land, is the mid-90s there, 94, 95, 96. I mean, it's I don't even have a word for it because it's the most perfect analyzation of it that you can make. I mean, that's where they're at. They're 90 points getters. I mean, they're going to lead Boston again to maybe another playoff run. I don't know, but it just really depends on goaltending for that, but.
Well, Tuukka Rask is
he's alright.
He's on the list of goalies later on. So also with 94 goals though is
94 points.
Or 90, not 94 goals. That'd be
too good.
Remarkable. Alexander Barkov for Florida.
100%.
94 goals or 94 points.
100%. I could see him going up to 98 tops. 98 cap him, but he will be in the 90s for points, I believe. That guy he is underrated as all crap. I mean, that guy. Him and you're going to put Huberdeau on that line, and him and Huberdeau are going to really start shining. They're going to really start putting pucks in the net, making plays, making stuff happen, and I think Florida's best chances this year because they are. I mean, they got it. They just acquired Bobrovsky. I mean, talk about acquiring a goaltender.
See, that's
talk about acquiring a goaltender right there. That's who you.
Bobrovsky is. You know how highly I think of him. I think he's probably the best goaltender in the league. Him or Holtby.
Easily top 2, top 3. I mean, he is. He's probably the most clutch goaltender in the league.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. I'll give you that.
All right, so then we have 2 people for 10th. One of them, Mikko Rantanen, which we were talking about with Nathan McKinnon. He's predicted 93 points.
Yeah, I again, I think that's high.
I think he'll be high 80s.
I think he'll be 70.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Nathan McKinnon will be around 93, 94.
Yeah.
Around
I high 70s, low 80s. I think for him, I think he's gonna really rely a lot on Nathan McKinnon to help him out. Don't get me wrong, Rantanen's a wonderful player. He's good on his own and everything, but to get to the 80s, 90s, he's gonna have to rely a lot on people, taking the pressure away from him. So Nathan McKinnon needs to step up his game. Landeskog needs to step up their game to really help Rantanen put up points and get wins on the board, really. So.
All right. So the last person I have ranked here is Leo Draisaitl for Edmonton, and I'm smashing the over here because it's 93, and I'm putting him with Crosby right around that 96 to 101 range. That's where I think he's gonna fall. I think Edmonton's gonna have a really good year.
93. I'm going to go ahead and give him 93. I think that's a fair rating. Again, he's going to clean up a lot because, McDavid's going to be covered so heavily. I think he's going to be able to find a position to get himself open. I think he's going to score a lot of backdoor goals. I think he's going to light the lamp a couple times here and there on his own, but I think a lot of it's because pressure's not going to be as high on him early in the season, and I think that's where he's going to put up a lot of his points is early in the season, and at the very end of the season when they're making a playoff rush, he's going to put his game up on a new level. So I think mid-season you're going to have a little bit of a lull, but not a bad lull, just where he's not producing as he was and not producing as he's going to.
I think Edmonton's going to be that team this year, like Tampa, that just consistently got better and better.
I mean, it's not hard to consistently get better from where they were the last couple seasons, so.
I just think they're going to be right around the top of the league the whole year. They might not be in first, but I think they're going to be right up there the whole year.
Well, we differ on that for sure. I again think they'll miss the playoffs, and I again think that they'll not by a lot, but I do think that they'll miss it. Probably about 6 points.
I don't know about that. So there's two other players here. I just wanted to pull up the stats for Malkin last season. He's projected to have 80 points. He only had 72.
I'm smashing an over button. I, honest to God, think Malkin is going to put up 90 points. I think he's going to put up in the 90s. As long as he can get a winger that's going to stay consistent with him and work, the last couple of seasons, he hasn't put up a lot of points. People are saying, oh, well, he's lost his game and everything. I don't think that's the case. I think it's a lot that he's had to change how he's played because of who they keep putting him with. They can't get him a consistent line mate. They keep changing it up every year, whether it be from injuries or not producing, and it's not all his fault. I mean, you put him with Kessel, and no offense to Kessel, he's an amazing goal scorer. The guy puts up points. He puts up the goals. He knows how to snipe. But that's about all he got. His two-way game is garbage as all hell. He's the most lazy player in hockey. Don't get me wrong. It's bad. It's just... I'm not a Kessel fan. I did not ever hop on the Kessel train. I watched him from day one when he joined the Penguins. And he helped us win 2 cups. I'll give him that. He helped. I'm not going to say he didn't help us win 2 cups. He helped big time. That first cup, I would say him or Getzel should have been Conn Smythe over Crosby for sure. But it's just, honest to 100%, he's a lazy player, and I don't see him doing much in Arizona unless he changes his game. I'm going to say, if I'm going to make a prediction for him, not even on that list, I'm saying mid-60 points.
Mid-60s.
Mid-60s, very low 70s, no more than 71. I'm putting him on a cap on 71.
I can actually agree with that, yeah.
There's not the player that's going to...
I think low 60s, really.
I could see that. Arizona doesn't have that superstar that's really going to let him be open on that wing as he skates down and misses the net 9 out of 10 times.
You know I'm biased with Kessel, too. I love him. He's so...
I know you love Kessel.
Does nothing but shoot, and it's...
Yeah, he does
from the
nothing
same
but
spot.
shoot and miss the net half the time.
And
I'm going to pick this corner. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I finally picked it. 1 for 1. Don't count the ones I was practicing on. I went 1 for 1 on that corner. Took 20 shots in a game, scored once.
let's move on.
Please, let's move on. I can't stand it.
The other player I wanted to talk about that wasn't on the top 10 is Steven Stamkos. He had 98 points last year, and he's projected for 90 this year.
I think that's fair. Again, I think it's...
I would hit over. I'm saying mid-90s, like at least 94, 95.
If I had to do anything, I'd hit under. I mean, because it's like, again, like I said with Kucherov earlier, I think last year was a fluke. I mean, the team was...
But
the team was so good the entire year. It's one of those things that never happened.
They were also good the year before.
They were decent. They were average the year before.
No,
Did they even make the playoffs?
Yes, they did. They were
God, I mean, you didn't hear of them last year. That's all you heard was Tampa Bay this, Tampa Bay that. They were the team. You know. I mean, again, I think if they're able to find the game they had last year, yes, 100%, he will hit 90 points. In my honest opinion, 83 top, 83 max points.
I can't wait for later.
83 max.
Because I want to argue with you so much.
Oh, baby.
All right, and so that's all for offensemen. I also got top 10 defensemen.
Well, real quick, we'll get into this. I got top 5 in goals. I got Ovechkin putting up 55. I got Crosby putting up 49. Yes, I know that's high. I honestly think
that's way
I think
too
with
high.
Getzel and McCann, I think he's honestly going to go back to where he started, and I think he's going to stop shoveling that puck off as much, and I think he's going to lead the Penguins to another cup. You know, he's going to try to anyway. I don't think the Penguins are going to win the cup. I honestly do not. But I think that he's going to, in his mind, he's going to go on a scoring spree. I think he's going to put up 49 goals. McKinnon, I got him at 43 goals. I got Draisaitl at 42 goals, and I got Austin Matthews at 42 goals. You know, I think Mitch Marner coming back to Toronto, I really think that Austin Matthews is going to be able to light the lamp if he can stay healthy. I mean, he started off last season incredible, and then he got injured. And after that, he was just, average. He went back to being really good, but, not at that incredible status where he was putting up, 9 goals in 3 games or whatever. I mean, the guy was incredible. So I honestly can see him putting up 42 goals.
So I agree with Ovechkin.
Yeah, over 50 goals. I mean,
over 50, he'll probably
it's a given
win.
at
I
this
think
point.
he's fantastic.
It's a given at this point. He will win the...
Crosby, I do not see getting 49. I see 39, 40, 41 tops.
49.
That's what I see for Crosby. I put Nathan McKinnon's up there.
Yeah.
I don't know where in the top 5, but he's there. I also think Austin Matthews is there.
All right. Well, someone else that two other people that you didn't have in your top 10 for offensemen. I got Huberdeau for Florida with Barkov. I think I don't think he's going to be top 10 in points or anything like that, but
he's going to be that good pick to look for.
I got him top 5 in assists. I mean, I got him putting up 65 to 70 assists. I think he's really
65 to 70 assists.
65 to 70 assists. I don't think he's going to be a big goal scorer, but I think he's really going to. Barkov's going to score a lot of goals, but yeah, I could see it happening. And then
I think that's way over.
Backstrom, I have at 80 assists. I mean, the guy's a passing machine, and when he's on a line with Ovechkin, there's nothing but assists rolling off his stick. So I again have him at 80 assists. Top 10 in points. Top 10 in points. 80 assists. 80 assists, calling it.
It's too bad.
And the last guy I have is Pettersson, Elias Pettersson. I think he's rookie of the year. I think he's going to come off, and I think he's going to start trying to rebuild Vancouver. I think he's going to start leading them not to the playoffs this year. I don't see them making it. Maybe I do. I can't remember if I picked them. I think I actually do. Yeah, I think Elias Pettersson. I think I have him at 68 assists. I mean, I think he's putting up 80 some points. I don't see him scoring many goals. I mean, maybe.
So you say
maybe 88 points. Maybe
your
maybe
assists are
goals.
just out of this world.
My assists are out of this world. I honestly think I see him.
Kucherov had a ridiculous season and put up 87.
Yeah, and I honestly see Backstrom putting up 80. I see Backstrom not scoring more than like 10, 15 goals. I don't see Elias Pettersson scoring more than 20.
I think that's where you're wrong, man. But
I have McDavid at 69 goal or 69 assists. For McDavid to win the
I can see McDavid have that many.
I honestly think he'll need at least 69, 70 assists, and I think he's going to literally have to put up 30 goals at that too. More than that, probably 30, 40 goals.
So you say Rookie of the Year. All I hear is Jack Hughes. That's all I hear is Jack Hughes.
Oh God, Jack Hughes.
That whole New Jersey team is rebuilding. They're going to be fantastic. New
Jersey's going to be a scary team to face this year, 100%.
Plus, Jack Hughes has been working all training camp on a line with Wayne Simmons. Come on,
that
man.
Might
be dangerous.
That's dangerous right there. Wayne Simmons is a very underrated player. I'm not a fan of him. He's kind of dirty in a way. He has some questionable hits.
That's just bias against Philadelphia.
It's not bias against Philadelphia. I hate Philadelphia, but
he's an agitator. He's
right. An agitator. He's had some questionable hits, man. He's been dirty in his. He's gotten better. He's gotten better. He's like PK Subban, man. He's gotten better. PK Subban on the New Jersey Devils. That's scary as well.
Taylor Hall,
PK Subban, Jack Hughes, Wayne Simmons. I mean, you add a goaltender to that, and you got a Stanley Cup team right there. But
who is their goaltender?
As far as I'm aware, Keith Kincaid, and they have another one, but I'm not 100% sure. Look that up for me.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
But yeah, I think if they could find a goaltender, I think that they would really be able to make that Stanley Cup push and really do something.
Corey Schneider and Blackwood.
They don't even have Keith Kincaid anymore.
Yeah. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Mackenzie Blackwood's not bad. He's actually a pretty decent backup.
He's 500 in his career. He has a 92 almost save percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And 2.61 goals.
Like I said, an average goaltender.
So that's a good backup, I think.
I think he's going to take a lot of the load off of Corey Schneider this year, and I think Corey Schneider, if he could play 50 games, I think that'd be amazing, and I can see him probably putting up 30.
The way they have this, I think he might be the starter.
Blackwood,
yeah.
Get out.
Corey Schneider didn't do too well last season.
No, I know Corey Schneider did have a bad season, but
they played 26 games, 6, 13, and 4.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
If Blackwood could come in and play, that's my team.
I think if they could get a goalie to actually play goalie, I think that they would be a tough team to beat. I mean, it's going to be scary.
Honestly, I think Corey Schneider has it in him, to be honest.
I do too. The guy was incredible his first couple years, and then he fell apart, and he's been trying to rebuild ever since. But, I honestly can see it where he's, really taking the reins and leading New Jersey, helping. Well, not leading because you have so many leaders on that damn team. But I really think, Taylor Hall wants it. He's hungry. Jack Hughes is new to the league, and he has something. He has something.
Wayne Simmons.
He has something to prove.
Wayne Simmons, he was on the team when they lost to Chicago, right?
Wayne
Philadelphia.
Simmons, 100%. He's hungry. He's probably more hungry than Taylor Hall. That guy. He's
especially being there for a downfall of Philly, just got complete garbage.
But yeah, I think if Wayne Simmons you put him on the power play, he gets down in that office, and he's a scary player down in that office. I can see him probably leading the league in power play points.
God, I definitely give that to Ovechkin.
I don't know, man. Wayne Simmons, man, he'll give you a run to his money if he has backdoor people, because that's what he does. He lurks it down low, drags 2 people to him, hits the backdoor person wide open for a goal every single time, man. That's what he does. He's that good.
One other dude I wanted to talk about offense-wise is Philippe Forsberg for Nashville.
I'm gonna pause you right there. Let's go back to these rookies real quick, okay? Because I got a top 5 rookie list.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't do a top 5.
I got a top 5 rookie list, and I got Capo Caco. I got him as the rookie of the year. I got him 63 points with the Rangers. It's not even high on points. I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's really going to help the New Jersey Rangers. I think the Rangers were going to make the wild card spot. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they'll go far in the playoffs, but I think, Kako's going to, help lead that team. And I hope that he does anyway. He seems like
it would be nice to have a good season.
And I have him winning Rookie of the Year by quite a few points. I got Jack Hughes only with like 54 points tops. It's really going to depend on who's on his line.
Me personally, I reverse this too.
I don't know, man. I really think Jack Hughes is under more pressure than...
I think Jack Hughes could end up with low 70s.
I think he could. It's just, I think he's under a lot of pressure, and I don't see him doing what everybody else sees him doing.
Honestly, he could even get more than that.
Super tough. I think he could
make maybe 80 tall. Like, I think that's around his cap.
I think you're way overestimating how good rookies can be. We haven't had that all-star rookie in a long time.
Long time?
Nah, not a long time, but I mean, last year Elias Pettersson was decent. He put up 60-some points, I think, 63 maybe. But again, Rookie of the Year should have went to Jordan Binnington, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, and then I have Cody Glass for Vegas, 40 points, 45 points. I think he's really gonna, do something. I haven't really heard much about him, but he's not a bad player. I think he'll help out. Colin White for Ottawa, again, 30-some points. I think he'll be all right. And then the guy that I think will shock me and probably do a lot better than I gave him credit for is Cal McCarr. He plays for Colorado. He started playing last year in the playoffs, and he really helped Colorado win some games in the playoffs. And I think I could see him putting up 40, 45 points tops. I think he's going to put up a lot of points. And I'm excited to watch him play. He's fun to watch, man. He makes stuff happen. So, but yeah, go ahead with your players to watch.
Oh, really? That was Philippe Forsberg, who's my only other one that I wanted to bring up. Jack Hughes and Philippe Forsberg. Just because I'm a huge fan of the guy. I think he's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
I could see they have him projected to get 72 points.
I could see him put
and I can see him doing a little more than that. I could
probably see him 80, 81.
Yeah, that's around what I was thinking.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be decent. I think he's going to be decent. I definitely, if I had the chance, I'd definitely put him up in a fantasy league. I think he's going to put up, a lot of power play points. I think is what's going to help.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my players to watch, players that they're going to shock you is Matt Duchene. I think him moving to Nashville. I think him playing with Philippe Forsberg. I think he's going to put up, 70, at least 70 points. I think he's going to be someone to really watch for because he played for Columbus and he did work for Columbus.
Yeah.
But I think him going to Nashville, I think he's really going to turn it around, and I think he's going to have a big year this year. Like I said earlier, Jared McCain, I can see him putting up 70 to 80 points. I really think if they play him with Crosby, that's how he's going to do it. If they play him with anybody else, 50 to 60 points. If they play him with Crosby, 70 to 80.
I think the only way he's getting above 50 is playing on that top line.
I don't know, man. He's a really good
I think he could end up with
I probably overrate him a little bit because I like him a lot,
70s.
But I'm a little biased, I guess, because I do like him. But yeah, I think if he plays with Crosby and Getzel, I think he's going to put up 70 to 80 points. If he plays on any other line, I think 50, 60. 60 being the cap easily. But
I can see him putting up between 70 and 80 if he plays with Crosby for a whole season and Getzel for a whole season.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I see him doing that well.
So, my last forward to watch is someone who recently came back to the league. Thought he was going to do really good last year, but he really was just average. I think this year he's gotten back into the things. I think he's ready to go. I think, Eli Kovalchuk. I want him to be good so badly just because I love him as a player. He's so fun to watch. His stick moves are incredible. The guy's a sniper. I want him to be good, and I'm saying 70 points.
I'm saying 15 goals.
15 goals. That's it? I'm saying
15
I'm saying
goals.
I'm saying 28 goals.
So maybe
28 goals,
30 points, low 40s tops.
No. 28 goals, like 30.
Any chance you got a
42.
prediction for or a point projection for him?
For Eli Kovalchuk?
Yeah.
I said like 70 points.
No, I bet like one on NHL.com or something.
No, I don't know. But
that's where I got all these projections, by the way, were from NHL.com.
Yep. And but yeah, I think Kovalchuk 70 points. I think he's really gonna hopefully have a big year. Defense wise, Cam Fowler. I think he's gonna shock the world this year. I think he's gonna really come into his own for the Ducks this year. They just unloaded some players. I think he's going to have to step up. I think he's going to have to do something remarkable. I'm saying 40 points. I'm saying he's going to be that guy that really helps Anaheim make a playoff push. Not make the playoffs, make a playoff push. And a negative shock here, okay? I know you're going to hate this one with a passion.
So you're going to say like Brett Burns or Drew Doughty?
Brett Burns, 100%. I think he won't have more than 30 points. The pressure is so on him.
Right there. Number one projected points for NHL.com is Brett Burns with 80.
I don't.
Playing
maybe not 30.
side by side with
not
number
with
2 projection, Eric Carlson.
Maybe not 30, but
playing side by side with Eric Carlson.
They got rid of Pavelski. Joe Thornton's over the hill.
They're still the best.
They're the best two offensive defensemen in the league. 100%. I agree with you that. I think they're going to have to learn how to play more
Joe Pavelski is
defensive.
actually rewinded a little bit. Joe Pavelski is a player watching mine. I just didn't want to bring him up because I'm extremely biased. I love Joe Pavelski.
You're all right. But I don't think maybe 30 is way too low. You're right. I'd say maybe 50, 60 tops. I think he's gonna have to play more defense than offense, and I think he's really gonna struggle with that. I really think that not struggle because he's a hell of a defenseman, but he's gonna have to focus more on the defensive aspect rather than scoring goals.
He is a good defenseman. He's a good physical defenseman. And then you got John Carlson with him.
Eric
Carlson. Sorry,
Eric Carlson is
jumping ahead here.
I think I have Eric Carlson as one of my top.
Yeah, 73. Yeah. So you think he's going to be a top defenseman, but you think Brett Burns is going to be
I think Carlson is going to be a top defenseman. Again, though, only 50 to 60 points tops, but I don't think defensemen are going to put up as many points as what people are giving them credit for this year. I don't know. My top defenseman is Ekman Larson for the Coyotes. 100%.
He's not even on here.
80 points.
80 points.
I think
that's exactly what Brett Burns is projected. And I think it's accurate.
I don't think Brett Burns is as good as what everybody gives him credit for, and he is good. He is good, but I think he's gonna have an off year. I think getting rid of Joe Pavelski and a couple other players is really gonna hurt him. And Marty Jones is still just an average goaltender who had one good year, but
Yeah, but with those two in front of you, one good year is enough.
I guess. All right.
So number 3 is John Klingberg.
I do have Klingberg
Dallas.
In the top 5. I do have him. I like him.
He's projected 68 points.
I mean, again, it's hard for me to predict defensemen. I just don't see them. I think this is a bad year for defensive points. I mean, 80 is a cap for even the greatest defenseman. I think.
Even the greatest defenseman?
I think that's a cap. I think, honestly, I don't see many defensemen putting up more than 65 points, I think 70 would be a cap, honestly.
Well, you just said what's his
I
name?
know Ekman Larson 80 points. I overrate people. Okay, I can't help it. I think
contradicting yourself here, man.
I think top 5 defensemen, points out of the question, are Ekman Larson, Drew Doughty, Erik Karlsson, John Klingberg, and PK Subban. There's my top 5 predictions of the defensemen without points. I think those are your what's the defensive year trophy?
Norris.
The Norris Trophy finalist, right there, top 5 for the Norris without points.
If we're talking,
I think
Norris,
for the Norris Trophy, I don't think points should ever be involved in that because the Norris Trophy is about defense and.
Well, moving the puck up and.
No, I understand that. I understand that, but they give it to Brett Burns because he puts up 88 points. Like, I'm sorry, but no, he's not. It has nothing to do. Him putting up 88 points doesn't say that he's the best defenseman in the league because he put up 88 points. I honestly still, I think it's more a defensive game, and I always disagree with who they choose for the Norris. So
I do a lot, minus all of Nick Lindstrom's because that dude they should have changed the trophy to Lindstrom.
You're not wrong. Nick Lindstrom was.
That dude is fantastic. One of the best defensemen to ever play the game.
100%. He did get stoned by Marc-Andre Fleury in 2009, though.
All right, since you really don't care about these shows,
I'm not a bit. I honestly, your defensive predictions, you're gonna get a bunch of points.
These are the points.
I'm gonna say under for every single one of them, probably.
The only one I'm gonna ask you about that is Chris Letang, 61. Under. We'll see.
55 tops.
I do. I put him at 60. I do. I'd 60,
55.
61, 70.
55.
Not 70.
55.
All right.
Let's move on to goalies.
Gotcha. These are win projections.
Okay. Give me your top 5.
Give me my top 5. Or NHL's top 5.
NHL's.
NHL's top 5 wins. Andre Vasilevsky for Tampa with 40. Bobrovsky, Florida with 39. Frederick Anderson has 38 with Toronto. Fleury is 4th with Vegas for 36. And Holtby and Carey Price are tied for 5th with Washington, Montreal, 35 points. Or 35 wins.
Not what I have at all.
Your Jordan Binnington is going to be 34. He's St. Louis.
Okay, well, I have Frederick Anderson as the number 1 winningest goaltender this year. I have him with 46 wins, though.
46 wins.
I think Toronto's going to go on a tear. And I think 40... No, I lied. I'll give him 42. 42 wins. I know that's not taking much off.
That's still a lot.
I think Frederick Anderson's going to play 60-some games. And I think he's going to win the majority of them. I think he's going to play 64-5 games, They don't really, I see him playing 60 to 65 games, and I see him winning 40 to 43 of them. I have Jordan Binnington as my number 2 goaltender winning 40 games. Again, I think he's going to play the majority of the games, and I think he's incredible. I think they're saying it's going to be a freshman year thing where it was a fluke. I don't see it. I could see that for a lot of players. I don't see it in him. I think with St. Louis, I think is a team he's going to really shine with, and I think he's going to be good. And that's what's going to make St. Louis make it to the playoffs again is Jordan Binnington putting up 40 wins.
I think just like with Matt Murray, he's not going to be bad, but you're going to see the faults in his play.
I 100% see you're going to see more faults in his play than what you did in the regular season.
His glove hand will not be as bad as 34
His glove
wins.
hand will not be as bad as Matt Murray's.
I agree with 34 wins here. I think that's okay.
Right?
Maybe a little less. Maybe 32, 33, right around there.
Nah, I got Fleury as my 3rd goaltender with 38 wins. Vegas is ready to go. They got some really good players on the team right now. Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty. Max Pacioretty being one of the most underrated players in the league this year, or in the league overall ever. Like, the guy puts up good points and he's amazing on the ice. But and then tied with that, I got Hart for Philadelphia. I do. I have him as 38.
I won't get behind that.
I got 38 wins under that guy. He's coming off. He started playing very well at the end of the year. He knows his role now where he's the number one goaltender, and he knows he's going to have to play out of his head every game to win. And not to win, but to lead them to the playoffs and everything. I think Philadelphia is going to ride the coattails of Corey Hart, and I think they're really going to get on him. And 38 wins. And then I got Holtby at 37. Tied with him would be Vasilevsky with 37. Ben Bishop with 37. I mean, they're all three going to be right there between 35, 36,
Ben Bishop, they only gave him 33. NHL.com did.
Really?
They gave him 33, and
that's low.
I was thinking
that's
around 34, 35, 36 right there.
I think 37. I think that's where he's going to be at 36, 37. He's a wonderful goaltender.
I am excited for the Stars. They did get Pavelski to help out, finish the games.
I think his game has gotten 10 times better since he played for Tampa Bay. He's really come into his own here, and he's ready to go, man. He's raring to go, you know. But what do you got for save percentage?
I actually didn't do save percentage.
All right. Well,
if you're asking me personally,
let me read you my top 5, and you tell me what you think. I got Peter Mrazek leading the league in save percentage at a 92%, 92.1. Carolina, I think Carolina's going to be a hot team again this year. I hope they stay with their team celebrations. I could see them not doing it, but I hope they do. You know, I think it's a fun tradition they have started. But yeah, I think Peter Mrazek's going to lead the league in save percentage.
I'd put him at like a 91.2, 91.3. I don't think he's going to lead the league.
I think he's going to come in. I think he's really going to do something. I got Gibson for the Ducks, number 2 at a 9.18. Again, coming in, he's got to become the number 1 goaltender. You know, he's got to do it. He's got to step up, and I think this is the year that he does it. I think this is the year that he comes into his own. They just, they unloaded a bunch of players and got rid of a bunch of players, and they're rebuilding the team, and I think he's going to really do something this year magical. So
I also think John Gibson is pretty good, and I can see that being accurate.
Right. I got Ben Bishop, 0.916. Again, what's there to say about him? He's amazing. Anderson at .914, and then my shocker goalie, I got Mike Smith with the Oilers, man, at .913. That's who I got there, man. That's who I have in my 5th spot, and I think if the Oilers have any chance of making the playoffs, it's going to be with Mike Smith learning how to play goaltender again.
First off, I think the winner for the save percentage is going to have to get up to .925, 9246, right around there. And I think it's going to be either Holtby or Bobrovsky.
I'll give you Bobrovsky.
You know, I think those are the 2 best goalies in the league.
Holtby. I think Holtby's going to have a rough year this year.
I think Holtby's just going to be just as good as he's always been.
I don't think so. I honestly see the Capitals having a bad year. As much as I've talked them up in these points with Backstrom and Ovechkin, and I just.
So what do you think Kuznetsov's going to do after his what? I forget what his suspension is.
I don't think he's.
But I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do what? I think he'll do mid-40s, 50 points.
That's bullshit. I don't know. What's his suspension? How long is it?
I wanted to say 4 games, but I'm not sure how accurate that is.
Well, I still don't see him putting up that many, but yeah, goals against average. I got Mrazek again, 2.43. Gibson, Bishop, Anderson, Holtby. That's who I got. Goalies to watch though. I mean, I got Bennington. You gotta watch him. This is his proving year, coming off that playoff run, winning the Stanley Cup. I mean, this is the year that he shows everybody, hey, I'm a good goaltender. I'm here to stay. This is how I'm going to play. I'm going to become the next Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, Or he's going to bum out and he's not going to be good. I mean, he's going to
of course. I'm excited to see what he does, too. And I am excited to watch him play.
And then my other goaltender to watch is Henrik Lundqvist. As much as I hate to say it, Henrik Lundqvist, I think he's got a new team with him, and I think keeping Henrik. Oh, I hate him. I will never use his nickname for him. Keeping Henrik Lundqvist happy is the key to the Rangers winning. The key to the Rangers making the playoff 100% has nothing
turning around and throwing the net off the boards.
Has nothing to do with how many points they score in a game, how many wins they have. It's all about keeping Henrik Lundqvist happy. If Henrik Lundqvist is happy, Henrik Lundqvist plays his game and he is ready to go. He gets a quick goal scored on him, and he is basically out of the game. The Penguins have done it time and time again. I can't remember if he even plays against the Penguins anymore. I swear he just tells his coach, no, I'm not going to.
Against the Penguins.
He doesn't like playing against Crosby. Crosby embarrasses the crap out of him. He gets one back away in the goal game against him. It's embarrassing. Between him and Malkin doing spinorama goals on him, I mean, it's incredible. So, again, for the Rangers to make the playoffs and go far into the playoffs and have any shot at a Stanley Cup, it's keeping Henrik Lundqvist happy. Nothing else matters on that team. Capo Caco has to know that it has nothing to do with him winning Rookie of the Year. It's about how can he, as a rookie, keep his goaltender happy. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, Henrik, I got you some flowers.
Speaking of playoffs, though, let's get into our playoff predictions.
I'm not doing a full playoff prediction today. I can't do that.
Well, let me lay, because I love making predictions and being wrong on them 100%. That is my favorite pastime, more than baseball. Here we go. For the Pacific, okay, I got the Knights winning the Pacific. I got the Knights winning them. I got Calgary finishing second, and I got Vancouver finishing third. I think Vancouver-Calgary is going to be a fun matchup to watch. I think it'll be fun. Elias Pettersson's going to really push it.
Where do you put the Sharks then?
For the Central, I got...
I hate you. I hate you.
So, for the Central, I got the Avalanche winning that. I think they're gonna do even better what they did last season. I think they're gonna very well win that. It's the tougher of the two, but I honestly see them winning it. St. Louis making a comeback. I think I have them second, and I got Dallas third. I think Dallas is gonna new team, new push. I think they're gonna be even better what they did last year. Joe Pavelski's gonna help lead them.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be a good fit, I think.
The wild cards, I got Winnipeg, and I got Arizona. I think
you don't have Nashville.
I don't have Nashville.
You don't think Nashville's gonna make the playoffs? That shocks me.
Trust me, there's a lot of shockers. Chicago, Nashville, San Jose.
Chicago's a lot of shockers.
Chicago would be a shocker for every NHL expert out there right now. They think Chicago's gonna make the playoffs and make runs for it. I've watched some stuff on it. I honestly think Chicago is a 9 seed, 10 seed. I still don't think they're back to that playoff push. I still don't think they're back to that playoff push, man. Until they find a goaltender that's going to be decent. Corey Crawford's just not good anymore. He's average. Cam Ward's not going to lead their team to the playoffs either. It's not going to happen. Over to the East, I got the Atlantic. I got Toronto winning it. I got Toronto being the President's Cup trophies.
Toronto.
I think Toronto's going to be the President's Cup trophies this year. I got Panthers finishing second. And I got Lightning finishing third. To put Lightning in the third was even a push. You know, I think they're not going to be as good as what they were last year, but I do see them making the playoffs, and I think they'll finish third probably. Metropolitan, this will shock you. Okay, I have the Devils number 1.
Do you have the number 1?
I have Devils number 1. I have the Hurricanes number 2. And I have the Flyers number 3. I don't have the Capitals. I don't have the Penguins. I honestly think 100%, 100% Devils, Hurricanes, Flyers in that order.
You heard me here first. I will eat his socks if the Penguins and Capitals don't make it.
No, I don't. I have the Penguins making it as a wild card.
You have Washington making it.
I don't have Washington making it. Again, I have the Rangers making it if Henrik Lundqvist stays happy. I have the Rangers making it. They added Panarin. They got Capo. They got Henrik Lundqvist being happy. They're ready to go. They're raring, Kelv. After last season,
they're raring for golf season.
After last season, they quit halfway through the season. Was the last season or the season before? They quit halfway through the season and announced, "Hey, we're not making the playoffs. We don't care. We're rebuilding. We traded away everybody." You know, like that was a morale kill right there. I think they have something to prove.
We completely disagree on the Rangers.
I think that they have something to prove.
Absolutely
I
awful.
definitely think they're gonna. I think they're gonna come out. I think them wild card, man. I honestly see it. I think they just beat out the Capitals 100%. They just beat out the Capitals, like by half a game. You know, by 1 point.
So then
maybe even tied.
So Penguins would also have to be tied.
For what?
Because you put the Penguins above the Capitals.
Well, yeah, I have the Penguins above the Capitals. I have the Penguins above
below
the Rangers.
the Rangers.
No, I have the Penguins above the Rangers. I have the Rangers or the Penguins as 7th, basically 7th seed. They're the first wild card.
I just thought you put them at second.
No. I have the Rangers as the second wild card. I think the Rangers will barely make it. But yeah, my shock's to miss the playoffs. So the Capitals, I have Boston missing the playoffs. I think they'll be in shock after losing in the Stanley Cup. I think, you know, they're in a tough division.
We put Marchand and Pasternak at 95.
I 100% agree. 94, 95 points. But again,
you think they won't make the playoffs?
I honestly think they're in a tough division, and I don't know, man. I think the Rangers are going to beat them out too. Chicago and the Sharks on the other side not making it. Nashville as well. You know, the Oilers not making it, but that's not really a shock anymore because they just stopped. I don't understand.
Yeah, the Oilers are gonna.
I honestly don't understand.
I think they'll make it.
So first, let's go over my Stanley Cup prediction for a team that this one's a hypothetical. Beyond belief.
It's like a stretch, like a underdog team.
A very underdog Stanley Cup prediction would be the Philadelphia Flyers winning the Cup this year.
I could also see someone from Metropolitan, but I already told you. I think the Devils are that shocking team. I think they're the ones that's going to have that shock value, and they're going to make a push, and that would be my random team to win it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. But again, I have in the Cup, I got the Dallas Stars for the West, and I got the Florida Panthers for the East. I think Florida adding Bobrovsky, Barkov, Huberdeau, the list goes on of players. I mean, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
I actually agree with Dallas making it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tampa Bay is going to make it. And it's part hoping. I've wanted them to win for many years now. And,
get your brooms ready, folks. First round sweep's coming.
Honestly, that was very painful for me. If
they didn't win it last year, I don't see them winning it in the next year.
I can see them doing it. I can see them being
it'll be a couple more years.
Hungry because they just can't even get there.
Right? That's depressing.
I would pick them to win over Dallas, but I could see that going either way. I think Dallas
Yeah,
is gonna come in middle of the pack. You know, probably like a 4th, 5th seed, and then come through and really.
Yeah, I think Florida in 6 games with that too. You know.
Florida.
I think it's
I don't see it, man.
Tough series, but I think Florida's. I think they're. I don't know, man. They're still a surprise team, but you know, with adding Bobrovsky, it really helps on that back end. You know, for them to have a goaltender. Not saying anything bad about their goaltenders before Luongo or anything like that. Luongo was a saint, you know, still is, will always be. But
Can't
yeah,
even stop a beach ball.
Bobrovsky's gonna come in, and I think he's gonna. You know, I think he'll win the Vezina. I think this is he'll win the Vezina this year.
Yeah, I could get beyond that.
Yeah. So, anything else?
That's pretty much all I got.
Right. Well, that's this has been Hockey Talk with Jake, Calvin, and we'll see you next week when we get more into the opening season and everything, and we'll talk about a couple matchups we got in the first couple days and everything, and give you some more predictions about that and everything. So yeah, we'll see you then.
All right. Yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.